It's been more than 4 months since I buried the compost of 2020. Today, I'm gonna dig it up and see what it looks like. Look at that, potatoes, right here in the compost. Right in this spot, some volunteer potatoes started growing, and I actually took care of them for a few weeks. I watered them, and then I decided this isn't the best spot to grow potatoes, so I took out the plants. Let's see what else is inside the compost. This here is the compost. Right there is a shovel full of roots and branches and stems and leaves that have been buried underground and decomposed, broken down into smaller particles. And that is what is going to feed the plants that grow right here in this spot. Tiny bacteria live underground and they eat all those plant parts. And when they eat those plant parts, they break it down into the smallest components like nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. And that is plant food. That is what enables a plant to grow. I've dug out all of the compost that was buried in 2020 and put it up on this tarp. Right there is a mixture of dirt, compost, and some potatoes that were mixed in. That's a nice little surprise. I wasn't expecting a potato harvest, but I'll take it. Some red and white potato. Here's a closer look at the compost. You can see the plant material in there. This is not fully decomposed. It's going to take a while for this to break down more and become fully available as food for the plants, but this is a great start. Since I already dug up the compost, why don't I add some more nutrition? Right there is some fish, some sardines. And did you know that plants love fish? Yes, there's a lot of good nutrition in fish that plants can use. So I took that can of sardines, chopped it up, and I'm gonna sprinkle the chunks at the bottom of this hole. And I'm gonna keep all of this at the bottom of the hole because, well, fish is pretty smelly and that could attract the raccoons. How about some cream cheese? Don't all plants love cream cheese? Probably not so much, but they do love coffee. Right there, we have some coffee grounds. Each morning after I drink a cup of coffee, I've been saving the coffee grounds. And coffee grounds are a plant, and they do have lots of nutrition inside of it that the plants can use and help them grow as some wood ash right here. Ash from a fire. Burned wood and the ash that's left over is also full of nutrition that plants can use. And I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle that. It's already mixed with some potting soil in there. That will help the plants grow even more. Doesn't that sound like a delicious meal? Some rotten plants, some rotten fish, some coffee grounds, and some ash? Well, the plants love it. I'm gonna now stir it all together, mix it up, make sure it's nice and mixed with the soil, and then I'm gonna cover it with a layer of that soil that was on the tarp. Right there, that's the mixture of dirt and compost. So I'm setting up one layer on top of the new nutrition that I buried at the bottom of this hole. Now that that first layer is nice and mixed up, I'm gonna add some more nutrition to the compost hole right here. I'm gonna put some more coffee grounds on top, sprinkle some more of this wood ash on top, and that is gonna be more nutrition for the plants that do grow here. And I'm gonna scramble it up with a rake and add another layer of dirt and compost on top and add some more. Keep adding layers. And why not put some plant food in here? Here's some plant food you can get at the store. This is obviously not a natural product, but it does have the chemicals that feed plants. So I'm gonna sprinkle this blue stuff into the compost pile and scramble it up. Right now, the earth is getting richer and richer and richer. We have lots of elements of nutrition that's going into this soil right now. I'm gonna repeat this process a few times. Add a layer of nutrition, scramble it up, and then put some new dirt and compost on top, and repeat until the hole is all full of soil that is nice and rich and ready for some new plants to grow. This compost is much more fertile than the dirt that was here before. It's full of rotting plants, fish, coffee grounds, ash, plant food. Any plants that are grown here are going to grow stronger and healthier than they otherwise would have.